Petty by Blood with your hosts, Jessie, Haley, and Jamie.
Petty by Blood, where nothing's off limits. Everything gets talked about and the drama never dies. Let's get into it. I'm your host, Jessie.
And I'm Jamie. And I'm Haley.
Welcome, everybody. How are we today?
Wonderful, excited, feeling all the things.
Why excited?
I'm ready for the rain to be gone.
Same.
Oh, it's nice and sunny in here.
But I'm not down here.
Not here either. Yeah, it is sunny and it's a little windy, but otherwise it's nice here. Yeah, it came out for a second, but me either. But I'm laying by the pool. That's a good idea.
Now, it would help if you had a pool, but...
Hey, open? I do have a pool. Yeah, Emma? The community pool. Yeah. You've never been?
No, not the one by our house, at least.
She has never been invited to my community pool. I'm not once invited them. Oh, wow, Jessie. I spent like all summer there. It's true, she has. Her and the little rats go to the pool with me all the time. We haven't been yet, but in my defense, they did just fill it yesterday or the day before, so. Speaking of the rat. Yeah, they filled it on the 22nd.
Hey, Haley, why didn't agoraphobic love the deep end?
Okay.
It was the only place where people would encourage them to keep their distance.
Oh my God.
So yes, I would believe you had a pool. I would take your public pool as your pool if I knew you could make it to the pool.
It is my pool, and I tell the little rats, which is what I'm going to refer to them, that if they do not be nice to me or do what I say, they're not allowed at my pool. So every time anyone says anything rude to me, I'm like, okay, you're not going to my pool then. Rat. I've never been uninvited. But anyways, that's a story for another time.
My God, that reminds me of the time that you got the picture. Somebody was stalking you and sent pictures of you and posted them on your door. I would be agoraphobic too.
Exactly. Thank you.
That was crazy.
Multiple times I've been stalked, and Jamie was there for one of the stalkings. Remember that time we were in my SUV singing, Jamie? And that guy kept... Yes. I don't understand how you keep getting stalked. Yes. I thought your car was broken. He kept driving by my house, which I don't even know how. He must have followed me from Walmart because I kept seeing him at Walmart. And then all of a sudden he's driving past my house all the time. And he was sending me pictures of myself shopping at Whimsical on the north side one day.
Yuck. Creepy.
Yeah, that's weird. I would have just called the police. And he tried to go on a date with Jamie Lynn. So he's totally psychotic.
Now, these are the reasons why we made a segment called Freddie Beats Confessions, because those type of stories are what's going to work perfect into those shows.
And I have a lot of them. For somebody who has no life, I have stories.
Alrighty, so a lot of people are probably wondering why me and my sisters are making a podcast and why there's literally no track to it at all. Simply because we wanted to. That's literally it. We sat down one day and we said, God, we're funny. We just wanted to get online and just talk stories about our life, talk stories about our experiences and things around our lives. We might trauma bond a little bit over these episodes, but we'll try our best to keep it a little hinged and not completely unhinged.
Basically, what we're here to do is talk about things that we want to talk about, but everybody else can listen. Like we want to talk about social media for kids 16 and under. We have a lot of big thoughts on that. And we thought, who the hell else would want to hear this? Everyone.
It's true. We're funny.
Never mind.
No, it's true.
Who's listening? We're very excited for it. And guys, exactly. And it's funny that you guys went fucking blank because usually we would be over talking each other completely.
But
social media ban, also called BC 34, the Safe Social Media Act, is something that I am actually very excited for.
I think it'll be good, yeah.
So, what the difference between how social media already only allows people, I'm pretty sure it's 16 or 18. Cody can confirm, actually, if he wants to send me something. Anyways, Cody, if you can confirm, because most social medias, you need to be 18. I'm pretty sure 16 or 18 to be on it. So what's the difference going to be now? Because parents could always put in their own ID and just let their kids use their social media.
Well, the difference now is now companies will have to follow very strict safety standards, and they're going to have to put in more age verification measures, or the social media companies will be the ones who are they will be the ones being fined.
I'm wondering if...
Just said it's 13 plus.
Oh, for those who don't know, by the way, Cody is our producer in the background. He's the one who handles all of our editing, all of our promotions, all of our social medias, all of our bone work, really. If it wasn't for Cody, we really wouldn't know what we're doing. He's done all the research. He's done all the prep and planning. He's also the one who makes our schedule for this. So give a little hand for Cody in the background, everybody, before we get too far into this, and show your appreciation. As well as the quality of our shows probably won't start off the best. We'll be completely honest with you right now. We don't know what we're doing. We don't have the slightest clue on how to start a podcast or what it takes to make it professional and fun. But just know moving forward that all of our...
We don't have to be professional.
No, it will be professional, but it'll be like better quality type of deal. Cody will sift through your emails, your comments, your suggestions, and that's what we'll then base off the shows and knowing what you guys want to hear, especially locally, where we are locally from Fredericton, Moncton, Dieppe areas. So we're hoping to do a lot of local things and references to locals, such as Pretty Beach Confessions. I know Haley has a lot of stories that were sent to her by suggestions she put online for people to reach out, and she got a loaded amount. I know Jami has a lot to do with community.
I got a lot of unhinged stories. Fredericton, just the past week.
Wild. Wild.
They're always kind of crazy in Fredericton.
My most excited...
Keep up with the news.
I will. And I also am super excited for the dating segments for you and Jami, because the stories you do, it's Kanye West style crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Bunny and jelly rolls.
Jami, did you watch the documentary? Or not the documentary, the podcast?
I couldn't get through it.
Oh my God, Jami, the things you're missing out on in the Jelly Roll and Bunny podcast. I personally am Team Bunny, but that's because I love her in ways I've never loved a woman before.
I love Bunny so much. And the way that Jelly handled the whole breakup, it just doesn't sit right with me. I know she says she's good with it, but they just broke up in May after she said she didn't want the breakup, going through so much IVF, they have been fighting and all this stuff, and he didn't want to work on it, whatever, that's his right. But the fact that they broke up in May and it is June and he is already dating, no, that does not sit well with the bit.
But despite divorcing, like in a 2-week period, she left for 2 weeks and she was like served divorce papers. They both remain like super close as friends online and still plan to do like their IVF because they're pregnant and have their little boy and all that. That's so confusing to me. I get it. It's 10 years of your life. You guys are each other's best friends. They built a love story that no one's ever going to have. But like, is Bunny so cool with this? What do we not know?
That's just it. Obviously, I don't think she's as cool with it as she thinks, but she does come across as very emotionally intelligent. And I think she's been through a lot. This sucks for her, but he cheated on her and things in the past. So it's not that it sucks. She even said she's never going to date again.
A woman that beautiful.
Somebody incredible out of nowhere.
Watch Bunny come back with a man's of no other.
I hope she does.
Despite, I do love Jelly Roll. So if Jelly Roll is listening in, just know I still love Jelly Roll, but I need to know the hard truth, even though it's not our business. It's not our business.
Our podcast, our first ever podcast with probably 4 views. If you're out there listening,
the craziest part
on your side.
The craziest part is, so
wait,
go ahead.
She's pregnant?
She's not. They have a surrogate.
Their surrogate is
with a baby boy.
And I think they know what
they're having a baby.
I'm pretty sure.
Yes, they are. They're having a little boy.
And this is something that they've been trying to do for a long time.
Yeah.
So they're finally having a baby that they wanted, and he filed for divorce.
2 weeks after she said divorce me, but said she was just mad.
They got into this big fight. So they have this rule that if one of them says file the divorce papers, it's over. So anyways, they got into this big fight because she said that they hadn't been fighting, and then everything just kind of blew up. They were like tiptoeing around their issues, and it just blew up. And she had said, you know what, file the divorce papers. And she left for 2 weeks. And without talking to her or anything, he just sent her the divorce paper.
And wildest part about it all.
So he didn't try to talk through or anything.
No, and
No, and she told him she wanted to do therapy. She wanted to do counseling, all that shit together. And he said no.
but she also expressed in her podcast that
It sounds like he was waiting for her to initiate
I know that.
a breakup so he could use that as the reason to be out.
Bunny had
The only man that actually wants to be with his wife is going to that easily end a relationship, especially if they have the child that they've been wanting is on its way.
that's because
He had a backup already.
I know. I don't know. Like, they had.
Because if you're, yes, it sounds like he was already 1 foot out the door and just needed her to push it so that he didn't look like the bad guy.
she already stated that.
So, looking like the bad guy.
She stated that she was like, she even put in the podcast that she was the chaser, he was the runner, and that he had like toxicity in their relationship because they didn't communicate. And he has threatened divorce before, multiple times on her. But they both knew when he did it, it was just to be chased. But if she ever said it, that it was over.
Yeah. So I think I'm mad at Jelly Roll right now. I don't know what the hell his issue is.
Personal vendetta against Jelly Roll.
He gets chlamydia.
But I do hope the best for both of them because I really do love both of them.
I do love them too, but you know what? Bunny is my number one.
And her glow up's going to be crazy.
Yeah. She's going to show out. I give it like a couple years or like a year. Because she said it always happens with those people. They're like, I'm never going to date. Out of nowhere, they find this random person and then they're together with them forever.
Comes back with a Hugh Jackman style comeback.
I hope it's somebody hot who is not a fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
No, I would never, ever
But
call someone that.
can't stand men, so automatically on Bunny's side.
You did not date for 10 years. So after you get married, you're kind of, that's it. That's all.
You can't stand men, but
She loves men.
smiling at your phone constantly and, oh my God, he's so cute. He's so sweet.
For one, I'm not on my phone constantly because he doesn't have service 95% of the time. And I can't stand men, but this one particular man, I happen to stand just fine. So, I don't know. He's just so sweet
Here we go.
and cute.
We're not at your 60 seconds yet, so we're just going to cut that back. We're going to cut that back. So later on in the show, you guys, you're going to hear Jamie has 60 seconds to talk about whatever she wants to ramble about, be it her love life, be it her dog's life, be it whatever's on the bottom of her shoe that day. But she does love to ramble, so we did give her own segment called Jamie's 60 Seconds.
Which we should just give her it now. Just give it.
I thought that I got.
pretty busted to talk.
I thought that I was getting 2 segments.
No, you get one. It's 60 seconds. And you're right.
Your love life update. So whatever you want to talk about right now, go for it, girl.
Yeah.
That's fine. We can move on.
No, I already started your 60 seconds. Get speaking.
No, we want to.
Now I don't want to talk about it because I was interrupted in the middle of it.
That was about your love life, not your 60 seconds.
Love life update. Go.
As you guys know, I've been talking to this guy. I'm going to call him Q on here, though, for about a month. And we went on a date, and he was super nice and super sweet. And it was like the best date ever. And anyway, then he had to go and work away for a couple weeks. Anyway, he's done now, and he is flying back to Nova Scotia. And on Friday, he's going to pick me up, and we're going away for the entire weekend. I don't know where we're going. He just told me to pack for the weekend. So hopefully not in the middle of the woods.
That
Tell you like what you should pack.
No, well, I haven't got to talk to him very much since he stopped work. He was done work yesterday, and he had to drive a trailer or something to St. John's, and then he had to fly back. So he's been doing all that. So I haven't talked to him since last night, and I didn't get to talk to him a whole lot anyway, but I plan on asking him what I should pack because I don't want to pack cute clothes and end up in the woods, but I don't want to pack things for the woods and then end up not in the woods, you know? And I don't want to pack too
It's
much.
going to be like cool or
But he,
you're going to need a bikini.
Who needs a bikini? What?
well, exactly.
You're sick.
But he told me before that I could just wear his clothes all weekend if I wanted.
Oh, he's a slut.
Don't call him that. He's not. He's an angel.
Well,
I mean, he better be an angel. If he's a slut, then I'm going to have to talk mad shit.
he doesn't want you in your clothes all weekend. That's slutty.
He said that I looked really cute in his clothes because when I stayed the night at his hotel, I wore his clothes and he said I looked so cute. And I did because he's like
Oh, okay.
buff. And so they were baggy on me. And yeah, that's why. Not because he wants me out of my own clothes.
Sure, Jamie. Hey, you shouldn't be.
Anyway, hoping we're not in the middle of the woods all weekend.
Why? Because you grew up in the woods?
I don't know.
I already know that.
My location will be on just in case. And I plan on bringing a camping knife to hide in my boot just in case because it's really nice, but you never know.
That's true. No one, but nowadays with dating, you just don't know. But since we're on the topic, Jamie, how about you tell us how your first date went on your birthday? Just so they can kind of get a feel of what this man's like.
Okay, so picture this. All day,
Like
I wasn't able to talk. And we had only talked for a couple of days. Well, no, about a week at this point. We talked about a week. Hadn't really talked much, but like the second day after, like of talking on Hinge, that's where we met on Hinge. He was like, hey, we should go to the movies. Anyway, so I didn't even think to check his location. The day before our date, he had messaged me and said, there's only one theater in your town, right? And I was like, oh my God, like, does he know where I live? Where does he live? And said that he's from Calgary. I was like, so I messaged him. I was like, oh my God, like, I'm not in Calgary. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't think we're going to go on the date. And he was like, no, like, I know you're not in Calgary. Your location says Fredericton. And I was like, oh, you're not flying from Calgary, are you? And he said, no, he lives in Nova Scotia and he planned on driving down. Anyway, so the day of the date, I had volunteered to work my daughter's dance show. And there's no service where it was. So I couldn't talk to him the entire day. I left the dance show an hour before we were going to the movies. The movie started. So I had to rush from the dance show home, change very quickly, and did my makeup so quick. I barely wore any makeup. And I felt disgusting. I felt like I looked disgusting. But anyway, I went, showed up to the theaters. I didn't see him at first. And I messaged him. I was like, hey, are you there? And on my way there, I'm talking to Haley and Coco, and I think Jessie too, because it was the Discord party. And Cody says, well, what if he's catfishing you? What if he doesn't actually show up? So the rest of the way there, I'm panicking that he's not even going to be there. Get there, don't see him. He hadn't messaged me the whole drive, so I'm freaking out that he's not there. Anyway, so I messaged him, and he didn't message me back right away. And so I'm like freaking out. Anyway, then I see this very handsome man like walking towards me. That I had to do a double take, and I was like, oh my God, it's him. But he didn't notice me, so I had to walk up behind him, introduce myself. He was so handsome and he was kind. And we watched the movie. He kept trying to force feed the guy beside us to eat the popcorn with us. Anyway, that guy was like, no, like, don't feed me your popcorn. Anyway, so Q didn't clue in. We finished it. We were talking in his car afterwards, and he's like, so how old are you? And this was the day before my birthday. It was like 11, 12, 20. And I was like, well, I'm going to be 31 in about 40 minutes. And he's like, oh my God, it's your birthday. Like, I didn't know it was your birthday. He started freaking out. And he's like, I got to get you cake. This was almost midnight. And like, where I live, nothing's open at almost midnight, even on a Saturday. Anyway, so he's like, do you mind if I take you to get cake? I was like, sure, I'd like cake. So we started driving. There's nothing's open. Anyway, so he stops at Boston Pizza. He's like, okay, you wait here. And then he runs in, and then he comes back out with their menus from the table. And I was like, are you allowed to take this? And he's like, I don't know. So he just brought me, he goes, do you want something to eat? And I was like, no, like, it's almost midnight. I'm not hungry, right? He's like, I have no clue. I didn't ask them. I just took them. And I was like, I like the initiative, but I'm not hungry. And
You're at midnight.
he's like,
I personally never heard you not get.
like, I was so nervous. Anyway, I was like, no, I'm not hungry. Anyway, he's like, oh, okay. So he takes the menus back in, and then he comes back out. And this was about 10 minutes to midnight. And he's like, okay, well, we're just going to wait here. And I was like, okay, like, let's just wait here then. So we're talking. And then 5 minutes pass. And then he's like, okay, I'm going to be right back. And then he goes back into the restaurant. And then he comes back out with like a little box. And there's 2 minutes left until midnight. And he's like, you can't open it till midnight. I was like, okay, I won't. Anyway, so 2 minutes pass. And then like midnight comes, he goes, happy birthday. And then like opens the box. And it's one of those baked cookies with ice cream on top. But the ice cream's like melted because it's been minutes. Anyway, so he's like, let's eat it. And I was like, with what? We're sitting in your car. He's like, oh, do you want to go to my hotel room? And he's like, nothing weird. Like, I have utensils there. And I was like, yeah, that'd actually be great. I don't know how else I'd eat this cookie. So we go to his hotel room. He gets utensils.
He's eating the cookie.
And like, I take a bite. It's not very good. Anyway, so I take a bite. It's not very good. And I was like, you need to try a bite. So he did. And he's like, oh, this is terrible. I was like, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, it is. So he threw it out. And then he came and he like had yogurt and a bottle of water. He's like, I don't know what you want to eat. And I said, well, I'm not hungry. And he's like, okay, do you want to watch something? And I was like, sure. So he's like going through the channels. And then he puts on hockey because I had mentioned that my son plays hockey. And I was like, oh, I'm not actually a fan. He's like, oh, okay. Like, what do you want to watch? I was like, I don't know. What do you like to watch? Right. And he's like, well, usually I watch Bob's Burgers every day. And I was like, I love Bob's Burgers. And he's like, no, you don't. And I was like, no, I really do. Like, I love Bob's Burgers. Anyway, so he's like, oh, let's watch it. And I was like, okay. But the hotel he's in, they don't have Netflix or Disney Plus or anything on the TV. So he's like, okay, I'll be right back. So he goes to his car, grabs his laptop, puts on Bob's Burgers, and then we're laying in the bed. And at this point, it's like 1:00 in the morning. He's like, I think you should stay the night. And it's also pouring raining outside. And I live about 40 minutes from where we were. And he's like, you should stay the night. Like, I don't feel safe with you driving. And I was like, oh, somebody's just trying to give me a birthday present, you know? Anyways, he's like, I'm going to go get a toothbrush. He goes and buys me a toothbrush, comes back. I like wash my face, like get ready for bed. He gives me a sweater and sweatpants of his. And then like, so I get all cute and like I come out and he's like, okay, like he has the laptop on the bed and like everything ready for the bed. So I go and like lay down, like get all comfy. He's in the bathroom getting ready. Then he comes out and he said, okay, good night, and shuts the door and went and slept on the couch. I was like, okay, I guess I'm not getting a present. Watched Bob and fell asleep. Wake up at 9:30 in the morning.
It sounds like the beginning of a tragic love story.
Oh my God, for real.
Because I've never had a guy. What were you saying?
I was going to say, if he ever tells you he's going to Dubai on a business trip, just tell him no, he's not, because it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wake up at 9:30. There's a bottle of water and my phone's plugged in. I like go out to the living room area. I was like, he's just sitting there doing work. I was like, hey. And then he gets up. He's like, happy birthday. And I was like, oh, thanks for that. How long have you been up? And he's like, oh, I woke up around 6. I was like, sir, you should have woke me up. Anyway, he said he usually wakes up at like 4:30, which I found out is true because that's when he messages me in the morning. Anyway, so he woke up at 6, just waited 3.5 hours for my ass to wake up. Anyway, so he's like, do you want a coffee? And I was like, yeah, I do. Anyway, then he left, was gone for 20 minutes. I called you and Jessie to tell you what happened. He came back with coffee and then we talked for a little bit. And then he's like, let's go get breakfast. So we went and to Pure and Simple and like I did the berry pancakes. Anyway, the night before I had mentioned I was allergic to banana and kiwi. And he like the food came and there was stuff on my pancake and he looked at the waitress and he was like, is there bananas in that? And she's like, oh my God, no, there's not bananas. Why? And he's like, she's allergic to bananas. And he's there's no kiwi either, is there? And I just, no, there's not. And he's like, okay, good. And I was like, oh my God. He's making sure I'm safe.
And all I know what's going to come out of this is...
Then we talk and
it's love ever since.
And it's been love ever since.
And then it's just some love ever since. Anyway, so we're going away for the weekend this weekend.
Well, we hope the best for you. And we hope you don't get...
murdered. The other day, it told me that I did have a boyfriend. So I was like, you're not going to ask?
Maybe he'll have said.
So I'm hoping that he actually asks. I didn't respond to him saying that. So I think he'll actually ask.
You guys are fine as long as you don't turn out like Bunny and Jelly Roll. We'll be fine.
If you guys are the next Bunny and Jelly Roll, I will fucking kill someone. And I'm saying that live on air, just so everybody knows.
I really hope that we don't, because there's not going to be any open relationship. So I think it'll be fine.
Well, you do live in a world where that's quite normal. So we won't judge. We don't judge. And
Fine.
just in case before the public,
I just don't want one.
and before we get publicly famous, because you know what? Shit happens. You never know. Yeah, her man's younger than him. She likes robbing the cradle. She likes her young and spry, not old and dry. And we don't want the judgment.
He is 24.
Soon to be 25 within the next year. He'll be 25 within the next year, and she doesn't want the judgment.
He will be 25 in December. I don't want the judgment. I don't want to hear it.
December what?
Birthday twin.
What?
December what?
I know.
December what?
But I'm not telling you.
You don't know it, do you?
Oh.
You don't know it. You're still in your You're still in your slutty phase.
How is that my slutty face?
I'm not telling you. By the way, I don't know it. He shares a birthday with my dog if it's the 13th, so him and Casey can be best friends.
Said the 13th. But it could also be the 3rd. I'm pretty sure there's a 3 in there. Or it's the 11th.
That's really funny about you. That is so hilarious that you just said that. The entire time Todd and I were together, I till this day do not know when his birthday is. He always would ask us, say, the 13th, the 11th, or the 3rd. And he's like, no.
It's got to be one of them.
We were together a long time. One of them is right. I forget which one, but he's like, no, how do you not know that? I'm like, sorry, I don't know birthdays. I'm bad at birthdays.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not that bad at birthdays, but the only reason he even told me his is because I was like, my birthday's in 40 minutes. When's yours? And he said it, but like we never came back around to it. So I'm hoping if we are dating in December that he reminds me or he's not getting a present.
So we mentioned at the beginning of the podcast that this is the end of the 1 Minute Jamie show, by the way, for romantic update.
7 minutes later. It's a good love story. It takes time.
Today.
I'll make it quicker next time. I needed everybody to have a background of what is happening.
I'm telling you, the update's 17 minutes. I'm taking a nap.
So from here on out, it'll be the update. That was the intro.
Now, yes.
So we mentioned that we are, our home base is Fredericton. Jamie and Jessie are like a little outside of Fredericton now, but all of our news is Fredericton related. That's where we're basically from and all the crazy stuff happens. So we have a little segment and it's called Unhinged Fredericton News. And I just have to shout out New England people.
Oh,
Because
New England.
media is so hilarious. So there's that last year, a bunch of tractor trailer trucks kept getting stuck under the walking bridge overpass. And it happened how many times do you think, guys? At least 4 times?
3 or 4 for sure. I'd like to know the exact amount.
Yeah, Cody, can you see if you can find out how many times trucks got stuck under there? The first time,
I thought it was only twice.
no, it was more than twice. After the second time, they started making a running joke about it. It became like national news. It was like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So New England started a contest that if you got the date of the next time that a truck got stuck under there, that you could get a free pizza. Anyways, it's been like a funny thing around Fredericton since then. The funny thing that I seen the other day is that there is somebody that got stuck under the bridge. It was on the 16th of June when it happened. So I was laughing and I was looking through the comments of it. So what actually happened was, I'm getting around 5 times, Cody said. It was a lot. So over the past little while, it's been quite a bit. So anyways, I was looking through their comments because somebody had just got stuck on there on Tuesday, the 16th. So I'm looking through the comments. Somebody said that just before then, that this guy was at a construction area on Brunswick Street and he had gotten stuck. Something happened. He got stuck. There's like pictures of construction workers helping him out. As soon as he left there, he got stuck under the friggin' overpass.
It happens all the time, and that bridge is so narrow.
Easy.
Right? Like how I feel bad. Can you imagine? And this is something that would happen to me 100%. I cannot drive a stick up a dead dog's ass. So I would get stuck in a construction and immediately have something else happen. Like that would totally happen to me.
Yeah, you should not drive truck.
I mean, you're not much better of a driver, but we won't get into that. Another funny thing that happened in Fredericton recently is that there was a man spotted going downtown completely nude.
Oh, on Freddie Beach Confessions?
In front of Greystone. Yeah.
Y'all,
And so I went through.
keep going. Sorry, when I hear Freddie Beach, I get excited.
Oh, yeah. There's pictures of him everywhere. completely nude, completely fucking bare ass naked, walking down in front of Greystones downtown. So I'm like laughing about this because it's hilarious. And of course, I'm going through the comments. So many people said that this happened in Grand Falls last year, and I think it's the same guy.
No way.
Yes, I'm serious. There's a girl in here that says, we had this happen twice last summer. A dude climbed up a building butt-ass naked right downtown Grand Falls. And somebody else said there's several comments stating that this happened. Whereas I can't find her comment now. Where did I put it? Anyways, I can't find her comment now. But basically, somebody commented and said, yeah, this happened in Grand Falls. Somebody else said, it happened in St. Stephen's last year, too. And a couple people said, yeah, I'm pretty sure the same guy looks just like him. So this guy is just going from city to city, seems like, bare ass naked. And at 2 p.m. It's not like at night or anything. This is like during the day.
Piece of his.
It may be.
But
Somebody else said that.
imagine running wild and free, all exciting, not caring. I mean, it's nasty. It is nasty.
It's not like he isn't even like running around. He's just like sauntering down the street like he's going to fucking Victory Meat Market, pick up some fiddlies.
I mean, it sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Right, for sure. Like, I hope to see him again this summer. It was only once in Fredericton. Not sure if he's a visitor. And nobody knew who he was. Like, there was hundreds of comments and usually someone's like, oh my God, that's so-and-so, because, nobody knew who he was. And if they did, they weren't commenting, sadly.
Well, I mean, it's Fredericton, so if anybody knew who he was, they would have called it.
Exactly. Oh my God, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, it sounds like this is just a traveling nudist.
Right.
Which, again, some will be free about it.
A man nude as well, but that was because he was on drugs up at the Shoppers on Prospect. This guy didn't appear to be on drugs.
Yeah, that guy. Unfortunately, I've seen him around.
We can have a whole episode on Freddie Beach Confessions. I could talk for hours. They're so snoopy. They're so into someone's business. Like, I was on there the other day, just scrolling about because that's my entertainment. There's somebody that took a video. So I don't know if we are Fredericton, if you know where the Canadian Tire is and the Burger King and all that.
Okay.
There was somebody up at the gas pump by Little Caesars and they could see they zoomed all the way into that parking lot from the Little Caesars. And they're like, oh, fender bender uptown. And it was literally, there was no damage to any cars. There was nothing. Everyone was splitting how no one knew how to drive, this and that. And then the person commented
cannot stand a bad driver, but not a single person in Fredericton can drive.
It was wild.
Although I love when a new roundabout goes in because the first couple days, there's always one person that goes the wrong way through it. But every single roundabout is the exact same. So I never understand how that happens.
That's not even the new roundabout. That's every day with the roundabout. When I worked downtown at the VHC, they had somebody going the wrong fucking way every single damn day. I don't understand it. Nobody can drive in the damn city, and they're all
I don't get it. Roundabouts aren't new.
No. And the amount of times you see stuff on Facebook, if somebody has an interaction with a driver that they don't like, they go and post it on Facebook. I just seen a girl yesterday post about how somebody hit her car in a parking lot, with their door, and there wasn't even any damage, but the girl, drove away. And she's like, no, I'm not going to say the name. I do know who it is that said it. But anyways, they were sitting there fucking acting like the public can help them when they could have easily went and got their license plate if it was that big of a deal. She said she was sat beside this girl for 10 minutes. Why do you need to post this big rant on Facebook, for Christ's sake? Just so everybody in the comments can say racist things. That's what it comes down to. They end up blaming.
Literally.
It's so ridiculous. But Jessie was talking about Fredericton and their confessions, which I have a couple juicy confessions.
Oh, from the other day when you posted?
Right. So things got a little weird. I do think I have also a stalker because every day up until I made a threat on one of my social medias, I was still getting messages, and I had posted this 2 weeks ago, and I was getting daily messages from somebody on there professing their love. Anyways, we're not going to get into that, but so I have a really funny one that I wanted to read to you guys. Are you ready?
Okay, let's hear it.
Are you excited?
Very.
Okay, well, Jessie's not, but I'm still going to read it.
I'm ready.
Okay, my aunt faked a psychic reading just to expose her husband for cheating. She hired her friend who pretended to be a medium at a family party, and the psychic started saying stuff like, I sense another woman with blonde hair and a Honda Civic. This man confessed in front of everybody what he's been up to.
That's awesome. That's smart.
That is so fucking smart.
Who else is thinking about doing that?
Wish that I was that kind of sneaky.
Right? Me too. I think I might pull that one if I ever date again, just for fun. Okay, these are for some reason kind of sexual. But anyways, a girl I met a while ago at college was curious. This is fucking stupid. Just wait. A girl I met a while ago in college was curious about my roughly 8-inch dick and said she wanted me to slap it on her face and F her. However, she made an I love you post about her revealed boyfriend a week or two later. A bit sad for him, but kind of funny for me from my point of view. That's sick.
Yeah, I don't see the funny point of view, but okay.
Right.
I just can't stand people.
Me either. And then this other person said, this is somebody, anyways. I once got banged by a dude, and then I had sex with a girl the next day. I'm pretty sure she got pregnant from that because I heard she had an abortion not long after. Jessie, what would you do if you found out that Cody had a love child?
Well, I want a baby.
Oh, okay. Well, what if you guys find out like when the kid's like 8?
I'd married him, so it must be something.
So it would still be your stepkid, but what do you think you would think? Would you be sad?
It depends if Cody knew about it or not.
If Cody knew about it,
What if you found out that he was told when she found out she was pregnant, but she didn't update him on anything afterwards, but she never said she was having an abortion?
He always kind of knew out there could be a child.
I don't know. That's a hard one to wrap my head around.
Hey, I'm pregnant. He's like, I don't care. Like, I don't want a baby. And then she just never reached out with any updates. And then like 8 years later, this kid's knocking at your door saying, hey, I want to see my dad, Cody.
I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I feel like that's one of those situations where it has to be in the moment. Like, I don't know. I feel betrayed. Like, if Cody's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Would I want to be like, yo, why didn't you tell him type of deal? But if you knew she was pregnant, I don't know. It's one of those things in the moment. I really don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be so crazy. So crazy. So crazy. Anyway, moving on. Since this is a Canada Day release, do you guys have any like cool Canada Day facts?
I do. I have a. Did you know that the Canadian dollar, the loonie, on it is a loon?
Yeah, Jessie.
That's
I
the point.
wish I remember what Jessie fucking said yesterday to me and Cody, because Cody was like, did you just ask? I forget. It was good too.
And do you know why we call it toonie a toonie?
Because there's 2 loons.
There's 2 loonies. It's not very creative, but that is why.
You're learning about it.
Did you just put 2 and 2 together?
I'm just saying, that's what it is.
Okay, Cody just messaged me. Thank you, Cody. He said, he fucking said to me and Cody yesterday, we were talking, he's like, is Canada Day on July 4th? And Cody's like, Canada Day was it's July 3rd. He's like, oh, sorry, I was thinking of July 4th.
All right. Okay. Guys. And,
That was hilarious.
and that's our first show, guys. That's our first episode of Petty by Blood, with your favorite trio. We're the same blood, same chaos, same petty. Until next time, stay loud, stay honest, and stay a little bit dramatic. Bye, guys.